And welcome back to Community Viewpoint. Once again, I'm still your host, John Pawlak, for another edition of Community Viewpoint. I hope you enjoyed the first selection about Willow Creek, renaming that. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about nature with a good friend of mine, Joy Belonga from the UNR Cooperative Extension, University of Nevada Cooperative Extension. I always get that wrong. But Joy's been with the Cooperative Extension for a couple of years now.
Right. I took the job in December 2012.
And I've been trying to get her on the show for all those 2 years, and now she's here.
And here we are.
Yes, and you travel a lot with the program.
I do. Nye County, I'm beginning to understand. They said it's the largest geographical county in the state, and then the third largest in the country, yes. And I do vouch for that.
And you have to go around that big thing called the Nevada Test Site. It used to be called the Nevada Test Site.
Well, I have two offices, one here in Pahrump and then one in Tonopah. Yes. So I travel between those two offices as much as I can.
Yes. So what is it that you're promoting here that you do, that you've been doing?
Thank you for asking. I have two programs that I'm really excited about, John. One is that we're in our second year of a SNAP-Ed funding grant through Department of Welfare Services, and it's promoting the All for Kids. It's Healthy, Happy, Active, Fit program for preschoolers. Last year we started in the Pahrump pre-K program and also in Amargosa Valley. And with this year, we're expanding our program to reach Beatty, Duckwater, and possibly Tonopah.
Not Gabs.
Not Gabs yet, okay. But we'll consider that.
Yes, that's part of my route that I do with backpacks for the kids. So
okay.
I included them.
Yeah, so the whole focus of the program is to encourage children and families to be active and eat healthy. And it really came together as a brainchild, if you will, of two faculty, Madeline Sigmund Grant as the nutritionist and Annie Lindsay as an exercise physiologist, and they both work out of the Clark County office. And they were particularly concerned with the 14% of Nevada children less than 5 years of age being overweight. And so they really came together and brought their skills to the table and developed this All for Kids Happy, Healthy, Active, Fit program. And it consists of about 24 30-minute preschool lessons taught 3 times a week. And each lesson utilizes a dance, lifetime skill, and introduces children to specific movements that are outlined in the Nevada pre-K standards. So it's a great program. It was really well received last year. We bring the families in, they call them family events 3 times during that time period, so that the parents and families also get exposure to what their children are learning and get them active in learning the dances of what their kids are watching or are participating and really talking about healthy habits. So the idea is to expose them to eating healthy snacks and getting them active lifestyles. So what was of particular interest, they have what's called Go Foods and Woe Foods, and in the language of preschoolers. So the Go Foods are anything that helps them build healthy muscles and strong bones, and as you can imagine, the Woe Foods are foods that you would eat sparingly, like the sugars, the cookies, the cake and candy, and that kind of thing. But young children are really dependent on their families to provide meals and movement opportunities, and so the All for Kids program really encourages families to build healthy habits together and to supplement that idea, to make sure it's an environmental impact, that we get the families together and they learn that each week the program, children bring home family packs that can contain a nutritional activity for the family to complete together, as well as invitations to attend monthly family events. So each event has interactive games and demonstrations for families to try new foods and movement games together. So each family concludes with learning the All for Kids dances, as the youth have learned in their preschool lessons, and together families and children learn to be happy, healthy, active, and fit.
Interesting. And you usually meet where?
Well, it was right there at the preschool program there in the
Over here?
school district.
Okay,
right
in
there.
Pahrump?
Pahrump.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then Tonopah?
Well, Amargosa, we met there
Amargosa.
last year at the school as well. So we're going to continue with those two program sites with the idea of expanding to Beatty and Duckwater and hopefully Tonopah.
And okay, so the only places you have gone is Amargosa and in here.
And Pahrump, yeah.
Yeah.
We started kind of small and now we're building from the good foundation that we had last year. So some of the findings, they're still completing the data because when we first start the All for Kids program, the kids are go through a pre-assessment and see what they learn about
Right.
healthy versus non-healthy and check out some of the movements that are stressed as far as the pre-K standards. So, and then at the end of the program, we test again, and hopefully we've seen an impact. But some of the preliminary findings show that the percentage of All for Kids children eating fresh fruit at least 3 times a day increased from 83% to 92%, and then children eating fresh vegetables 3 times a week jumped from 62% to 92%. So,
Really? Oh, that's interesting. That's very good.
So the program is working and it's well received, and to change healthy lifestyles, we have to start that young. This preschool, but yeah.
So that's this is your your specialty with the University of Nevada Cooperative Extension.
Yeah, 2 areas that I work in is children, youth, and families, and so this would really fit into building healthy families. As you know, they're the cornerstone of our community and society, and if we're helping young people and families be healthy and happy and fit, then the long-range goal is that they continue to be healthy and active and fit, and so then it's the ripple effect that they do better in school and families are stronger, and so it just goes on and on as far as the impact.
Oh, it's understandable. And the university, the cooperative extension does a lot of other good things for different age groups too. I know they dehydrate food, and
Yes.
I know Debbie
Woodland
yes.
has an active program in doing food and nutrition and food preservation, and always has classes. And 95% of our walk-ins are learning or wanting to know information about either horticulture or Master Gardener programs that we offer. In addition to that, we have a very active 4-H youth program headed up by Pam Gatling, and she is doing programming right now about increasing the science literacy with our youth, and has partnered with area schools to promote a rocketry and robotics program. And so they're doing science in the schools and at camp, and very active program here in Pahrump. And she's reached out to actually Amargosa and Beatty in the last year. So our program is growing.
And you have a little demonstration garden there at the corner of Calvada and Dandelion.
Well named, don't you think? Dandelion.
Yeah. But if you come to the extension office there, you could find what you should be planting and then what usually doesn't die here.
That's right.
And that the master gardeners are there, and they tend to the area.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's a strong force of volunteers that they take care of that garden and volunteer in the office, and are always doing good things out in the community.
Right. I know you have a lot of fact sheets over there also, whether it be for the West Nile virus or plants or other things too. You have a great deal of information either on hand there on the back wall, or also the cooperative extension has a very extensive website with all these fact sheets too.
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing that up.
I know, I've been there, yes.
And a big component is that the information that we have for them is research-based.
Right.
So that is just a real strong component of our program, that we give out the research-based information.
We had a real showman that he hasn't been out here lately, M.L. Robinson.
That's right.
Yes, he loves being on camera. He's our little Dr. Frankenstein with what he does with cactus. And it's great. And the doctor, what's her name that has the program on KNPR? Dr. The lady, she's another horticulturist.
Angela.
Angela. What's her name? O'Callahan. I listened to her.
Yeah, she does a great job.
She is very convincing, and whatever she says, it's got to be true because, yes, she's been doing it for a long time. But there's so many things that you do that service us for the natural planet here, whether it be for the kids, for nutrition, for the food, and for the what we should and shouldn't plant for our everyday lives. Water treatment. I went to some classes for the West Nile virus a few years ago. You had other ones for water and wastewater. There's traveling scientists that come through here from time to time also. And you have a lot of services at the Cooperative Extension.
That's right. We have 4 main program areas: community economic development, children, youth, and family, horticulture, ag, and natural resources. And primarily, I've been working with community economic development and the children, youth, and families, which brings me to the other program that I wanted to talk to you about. It's called Strengthening Families Program. We did a pilot up in Tonopah last spring, and the whole point is to bring together families with youth between the ages of 10 and 14. The program is nationally known. It came out of Iowa State University. And the thought was to strengthen the family before these young people become teenagers and bring in all kinds of other challenges. So basically, we're going to get started in October 21st, and we're going to go 7 weeks. Community organizations come together and help us provide a family meal. So we start out the session with a dinner, and that's always a good way to strengthen families. And then after that, we have an hour that the parents watch a videotape session and learn about parenting skills, as well as then the youth go at the same time in another classroom, and they learn about communication skills and how to solve problems. And then the third hour, we come together and do some family bonding and games and that kind of thing.
And on that note, we're out of time. Thank you. You got to come back. Not in 2 years, but you have to come back. So thank you, Joy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.